Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC 290 Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. Wow. Wow. Card of the year. 13 fights and just highlight after highlight, banger after banger. Not a dull moment on the card, really. Just amazing fight after amazing fight after amazing fight. Moment after moment. A card that will be remembered as one of the best international fight weeks ever. Because from start to finish, it was just fireworks. And I feel like this is definitely going to go down as the card of the year. If something passes it, I can't wait to see what. So, amazing card for International Fight Week. And I cannot wait to recap this. This French one a few times. I'm actually excited to do a recap for a card. So, let's do it, baby. Not very much to say besides, please like, comment, sub. 100 subs goal by the end of the year. As always, you want to recap some fights. Let's just get right to it, man. I know I broke down 14 fights, but we did lose a fight on weigh-in day. Jack Della got pulled from the card because Harold had to pull out. Harold pulled out because some brain condition, I forget what, but prayers up for him. Serious shit. He probably would have died if he got in there with Jack Della, so happy he did not go in there to an extent. So yeah, not very much more to say besides let's recap some fights. And we begin the night with a fight that was pretty decent, as we got Esteban Ribovics versus Kamuela Kirk. I'm just gonna skip over the first round because nothing happened. Kirk just laid on Ribovics' back for 5 minutes, but then the fight actually started in the second round, and they were just swinging. They just went to war, back and forth. Ribovics dropped Kirk once, hurt him a couple times, took round 2. Round 3, Kirk was tired, beat up, and Ribovics just picked him apart, really, and won clear 29-28. Really good fight to be in tonight. Sorry, I can't catch my breath for some reason. Yeah, really entertaining fight to begin tonight. Ribovics is a dog. Like, he's not the most talented fighter. His takedown defense is still very questionable. He did get taken down a couple times here. His get-up game needs improvement. Round 1 will tell you that. But overall, he's not a bad fighter in the slightest. Striking's very crisp. Chin's good. Good power. Young kid, only 13th fight. And he has potential. I don't think he's gonna go far. I think he's already hit his ceiling in the UFC. He's gonna win some, lose some, etc. But still, he's not a bad fighter at all. And Kirk tested him a lot. And like, Kirk took him into deep waters like Loic did, and Ribovics definitely swam. Yeah, Ribovics on the feet is pretty good. Like I said, chin can hold up, power's good, the whole 9 yards. So I think this kid's a very interesting fighter, and I think he's gonna put on a lot of fun fights in the UFC. For Kamuela, not very much to say. I said what I said in the recap, in the breakdown. I stand by it. He's never impressed me, and he's just not very good. He looked okay here. His striking is fine. His grappling is fine. He's just like an okay fighter. Like, he's not gonna be in the UFC long. He'll probably lose another fight or 2 and get cut. He's just not a very good fighter. His gas tank's terrible. He was gassed by the end of the second. His chin's fine. His ground game, like I said, is good. But he's just not that great of a fighter. He's just very mid. He'd be perfect for Bellator or PFL. Just UFC is not really that well in, so yeah. Let's begin to talk about something that happened in the fight. It was just a very decent fight in the last 2 rounds, and yeah, not very much more to say. Very clear fight to score, and time to talk about who they should fight. Next, Ribovics getting his first UFC win. I think he should get a little bit of a step up, because Kirk was a step down from Loic, and now Esteban gets the win. He needs a step up. So who could he fight? Nick Moda's a good option. Yeah, we'll go Nick Moda, Nicholas Mota. I think that'd be a fun fight. Moda's coming off a bad KO loss, and we know Moda's a dog, and he would go in there and brawl with Esteban Ribovics. So yeah, let's do that. And then for Kamuela, have they updated it? Is Kamuela up here, or is he on page 3, aka the You Suck page? He's on the garbage can page, damn. For Kamuela Kirk, who could he fight? I really don't care, to be honest, but if I had to find someone for him to fight, Zabertahugov would not be the worst option. Yeah, let's go with Trevor P. Could use an easy win, but we'll go with Zabertahugov, I guess. I don't hate that idea. Gets Tahugov back on track, even though he won his last fight. Still, he needs a quick, easy win, so we'll go for that. Overall, pretty fun fight to begin the night. After the first round, just if you missed this fight, just skip the first round. You're missing nothing. But yeah, fun fight by these two. And who should they fight next? I like Esteban Ribovics versus Nicholas Mota, and I like Kamuela Kirk versus Zabertahugov. 1 second. Sorry if that was loud. And yeah. Ribovics and Moto will be an entertaining fight, and Kirk can be a good win for Zabertahugov, so let's do those fights. Not very much more to say. Fairly fun fight. After that, this is when the craziness of the card really began, as we have Jesus Aguilar versus Shannon Ross. Wow. Wow. Fucking wow. Jesus Aguilar sent this man to Jesus. This was fucked up on every level. He Michael Johnson this fool. Perfectly timed overhand right. Ross is sent out cold. Just wow. Brutal. Nothing more you can say besides brutal. And this was one of 3 KOs on the prelims under 40 seconds. And this one might have been the most fucking, this one might have been the most, vicious. He sent this man flying 3 feet out cold. For fuck's sake. Dude, Jesus Aguilar is no joke. Shannon Ross sucks. I won't lie to you. Shannon Ross is god awful, but dude, Jesus Aguilar showed why he got signed and why he is good. His UCB really meant nothing because he had no chance. They fed him to Tatsuro. But now, after this, what can you say besides this dude's really fucking good? I'm happy for Jesus. On a huge card, International Fight Week, he gets this nice highlight reel KO that you're gonna remember. Just amazing shit. And again, for Shannon Ross, I'll talk a little bit about Shannon Ross for a second. The dude's not meant to be in the UFC. Do I think he should have got signed off Contender Series even with a loss? Yes. He put up an amazing fight. But now in back-to-back fights that he's lost in under 2 minutes by KO, no less. He needs to go. He needs to get cut. He's just not good at all. He's fucking terrible. He relies on his chin to hold up, and it just hasn't. Like, against Clayton, fine, it was a body shot that hurt him pretty much, and then he went down. This was just straight up punch, sleep. So, I don't know. I think that Shan should get cut. He'll go to Bellator PFO. He'll make a good. He'll probably win some belts because Bellator and PFO, and he'll do fine. But he's just not. He should not be in the UFC. He's just not good. And for Jesus Aguilar, like I said, his UFC debut really means nothing. He got fed to one of the best fighters in the weight class, and he just said, "Fuck you, I am here now," by flatlining Shannon Ross in maybe the most vicious knockout in a while. So, yeah. Sorry. It's fucking 3:34 in the morning after an amazing card. I'm a little gassed. Unless I'm friends to talk about them, let's talk about who they should fight next. For Jesus Aguilar, where is Jesus? Did I pass him? He deserves to fight one of these level guys. He's good. Like, he's really fucking good. What he did to Ross is fucking vicious. And who should he fight next after such a vicious knockout? How about... how about... I like the idea of him versus maybe Charles Johnson. I don't remember who I said Charles Johnson should fight before, 'cause I know I just brought up his name a couple recaps ago. But I like that idea. Or Malcolm Gordon's always there. Someone in the, or he could step in to fight someone like Durden if someone pulled out, or something along those lines. He deserves a decent fight after a knockout like that. Look, stop yawning. And for Shannon Ross, there's no fight idea. Just cut him. He's not good. He's terrible. So, yeah. Not much to say about a 17-second vicious knockout besides Jesus Aguilar is it's insanely powerful. And who should he fight next? I'll say Charles Johnson. Decent step up, and a win there would get him closer to rankings and all that. So we'll go Jesus Aguilar versus Charles Johnson. Would be fun, and what a knockout. After that, not gonna waste your time on this, as we got Saaiman versus Terrence Mitchell. Not gonna waste your time. Saaiman just beat him everywhere. He's just better. I'll just get to who they should fight, I don't care who Terrence Mitchell fights next. But for Saaiman, this kid's really fucking good. Like, he is stupid good. He is extremely talented. He was looking like an amazing prospect. 23 years old, right? He's only 23. He's still 22. Only 22 years old, 3 wins in the UFC, yes, versus pretty terrible competition. Mono's really good, I think, but these two guys suck. And he finally didn't foul, so that's an improvement. Yeah, I think Saaiman's really good, and I'm very excited to see how he does. Hopefully he gets a step up in competition, if he can actually fucking fight someone. And I hope they rebook the fight with C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez, because that'd be amazing. Definitely a fight I want to see. Definitely a fight I think a lot of people want to see. You could put this on maybe Izzy and Plessis, which will be 293 in Australia. This would be a great prelim. With Plessis in a main event, Saaiman would be good there, or this could go on. This should be on a pay-per-view or a fight night main card. But a fight, not an Apex fight night, but maybe like, just for example, Brazil or Tennessee, some shit like that. That's definitely a fight that deserves high attention, because it's the battle of two amazing prospects, and I really would love to see that fight. So I really hope they rebook this fight. Definitely a fight that should happen. So, and I don't give a fuck who Terrence Mitchell fights. He sucks. So, not really much to say about Cameron Saaiman besides he's really good, and I hope they rebook him and C-Rod. So, not much more to say. Cameron Saaiman is legit. And after that, we go to the featured early prelim, which was actually the worst fight of the night, and I would say the only bad fight on the card. As we got Vitor Petrino versus Marcin Prachnio. Petrino just wrestled him for 2.5 rounds, to be honest with you. He just wrestled Prachnio like he was nothing for almost 15 minutes. On the feet, he was better, and on the ground, he was better. So, not much to say. Marcin Prachnio sucks. Like, we all know, but still, he sucks. And Petrino's a very interesting prospect. 2 wins in UFC now, but they're very odd wins. Anton gave him a real fight, and it was a great fight, but maybe too much of a fight he got. And then against Prachnio, he just ran through him. Anton Tecali is better than Marcin Prachnio. Yeah. We need to see that guy from the Contender Series with powerful hands, getting a knockout. The guy from the regional scene. Like, yeah, the submission's nice. Showing you're well-rounded is very nice. But excuse me. But you actually, the UFC signed you for a reason, because you were a fun knockout artist. Now you've had 2 fights, and one of them was fun, but they get knockout, and the other one was boring as shit. So you kinda need to show up for your next fight, because now it's kinda, do you wanna be a top star in this division, or no? Because he needs a real good performance, a knockout in his next fight, or even a really, really entertaining fight. Because this WrestleFest is not it. So, yeah. And, for Marcin Prachnio, not very much to say. Dude sucks ass. He's just not good. Like, he has a weak chin, no wrestling game, shit striking. He thinks he's Wonderboy Thompson. He's just a terrible fighter. And I could give a fuck who he fights next, so it really means nothing. So, Prachnio's a joke. This fight should have told you that, because he couldn't finish a dude who didn't fucking fight. So, yeah. Prachnio is a joke. But, besides that, who should they fight next? For Vitor Petrino? Sorry if there's loud spikes. Maybe Negamarianu? I think that would be a very entertaining fight. Or ain't Dong Jung booked against Alberg? It's weird they're not showing that. Devin Clark would be interesting. Or we'll go with Negamarianu. I think that'd be a very fun fight. We're not seeing Negamarianu since the Alberg fight. Been off for almost a year now, and Vitor didn't take much damage, so he probably could get in there pretty quickly. You'd book this on a fight night in the Apex, I guess. It would be a very entertaining fight, and I would really like to see that fight. So, yeah, let's do that. And then for Prachnio, I don't care. Or Pateria, I guess. But do I really give a fuck? No. So, who cares? Overall, worst fight of the night, but at least we got to see a little more well-roundedness from Vitor Petrino, but we definitely need to see some more knockouts from him in his next fight, so yeah, not very much more to say. Decent performance by Petrino. Those are the early prelims, not very much. Fun opening fight, an insane knockout, easy win, and underwhelming performance. Not very much you can say, but the prelims is one shake. It's kind of insane. And we begin the prelims with the rematch that went nothing like the first fight, as we got Alonzo Menifield versus Jimmy Crute. Interesting fight. Crute just did not seem like he wanted to be in there. He was not trying to really strike with Menifield, he was just trying to grapple, which was smart, but at the same time, that's why he kind of lost, because he was not doing anything besides just trying to grapple. And against Menifield, that's not going to work. Sorry. Like, in round 1, Menifield just did whatever he wanted because Crute didn't do anything in return. And then in round 2, Crute came out a little better, but then he shot a shitty takedown, got his neck taken, and got subbed. So, just a very odd performance from Crute, and I guess I'll talk about Crute first, because I think he's the guy who there's a lot more to say, and the main thing you say is, what happened to this guy? He was the hot shit in the division for a minute, good amount of wins, but now he's lost 3 in a row, and he's out the rankings. It's weird. Very, very weird. It's weird how quick you can fall. Like, ever since the Smith fight, he's not been the same. Like, Smith destroyed him, then Jamal ran through him. And Menifield really should have beat him in the first time, and he did in the second time. So, it's weird as fuck. And, like, Crute, I don't think is a bad fighter. Either mentally he's not fighting the same, physically he's not. He has talent. Crute's not a bad fighter. Just something's just not going right for him. And it's weird how quick he's fallen from next big thing to out of the rankings. Maybe he can get back on track in his next fight, but I think he should take time off. He needs to take, like, I mean, not a year, but till like February, March, get his head right, get the hunger back. He just doesn't seem to have that fire, that want to fight, that killer instinct. He's just kind of going in there, fighting, kind of, and going out the cage. It's very weird to see Crute fight, especially tonight. He just didn't seem like he cared. So that's weird and very odd. To talk about Alonzo Menifield, dude's really woken up. 3 in a row. Yeah, the first 2 were kind of shit wins, but then beating Crute pretty much twice. It's not bad. And to be honest, a lot of people would say he's on a 5-6 fight winning streak. A lot of people say he won this night fight, which you could say, I don't care. So, a lot of people would say that, and you could be right. He could easily have 6 in a row, and now he's ranked. He just took Crute's number 14 ranking, and let's see what he can do with it. Menifield, 35 years old, seems to be hitting the best form in his career so far. And I'm interested to see how he does in the rankings. There's some interesting matchups. He definitely could win some matchups in the rankings. But there are definitely some tough ones, like Azamat's never easy, Jacoby's never easy, Roundtree would be very entertaining. Span would be entertaining. Like, I'm interested how Menifield could... I don't think Menifield's gonna go high in the rankings, because let's be honest, after you get past Smith, he probably loses to all these dudes. I think he beats Smith, Ozdemir, Craig, he could beat. Reyes, he beats. Azamat probably beats him. Roundtree and Jacoby would be interesting. So I'm kinda interested to see what they're gonna do with him, because he... Now is no more fucking around, it's time to put up or shut up. You finally made it into the rankings. Let's see what you do with it, man. Let's see what you do with it. To talk about who they should fight next, Alonzo, Menifield. Like I said, he's now ranked, and who could he fight? He's gonna fight in a ranking fighter, but a bad thing, all of these lower ranked guys are booked. In Zachaku, Dawkins. I don't know what they're doing with him. Ozdemir, Smith, middleweight. Not happening, so he might have to fight out the rankings just because there is no one to fight. Allberg is already booked against Jung. Like, the only guy who's not booked is Reyes, and I really don't see him doing that fight. Not really a huge fan of it either. So, I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do with Menifield, because there's really no options. Everyone's booked. So, maybe he steps in and fights someone. If someone pulls out of this fight, or this fight, he could step in. Or this fight. Like, he could step in a bunch of fights, just right now he has no one to fight. So so very no fighter here, just give it time, see what happens. And that'll be that. And then for Jimmy Crute, I take time off. Get back in the right headspace, relax till 2024, come back hungrier than ever, and let's see what the kid can do. So, right, no fight idea for either guy. All I'll say is good performance by Menifield, good win, putting the rivalry quote quote to bed. Good performance by Alonzo, Menifield. After that, wow, the craziness never stops. One of the craziest upsets in a while. As we got Denise, Gomes versus Yazmin, Jauregui. Wow. 20 seconds. Gomes just hits Yazmin with that right hand from hell. Drops her. Gets her up against the cage. Ground and pound. Over. 20 seconds, all it took for her to end the Yazmin hype train. Denise Gomes is a legit issue. I gotta talk about Gomes first. Wow. She did not give a flying fuck. She went in there, nothing to lose, and just ran through Yazmin. Dude, don't let Gomes be an underdog. She's just gonna fucking knock out the person. Like, I know she's an underdog against Luma, but that was short notice. She comes back, gets 2 amazing wins against 2 great prospects. Dude, Gomes is a fucking problem. 23 years old, looking amazing in the UFC after that Luma fight. She's a legit issue. Like, it's scary how good Denise Gomes is getting. And I'm happy for her. Rosa won last week, she wins this week. Both got pretty good performances. Gomes got the performance bonus, beyond well deserved. And Kel, you could give her a ranking fight now. Doing that to Yazmin Jauregui is insane. That literally happened. Like, no one on earth thought that. Like, even if you were picking Gomes, you were probably thinking, oh, she'll clip her later in the fight. Some shit. No. First round, out cold. Just fucking wow, man. Like, just wow. Denise is a fucking problem for the division. And I can't wait to see her fight again. She took no damage. She can fight tomorrow. And then for Yazmin. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Yazmin. Because what did they say? You got clipped. Sorry if that was loud. You got clipped. Go back to the drawing board. And get a fight. Get a fight. Maybe she can get on International Mexican Day or whatever. Or Independence Day. But, yeah, she'll probably be back later this year. Get back in there, get back in the win column, get your steam back. So, not much to say about Yazmin. I still think Yazmin's a future top strawweight, and I think she is very, very good. So, yeah. To talk about who they should fight next, for Denise Gomes, I think she deserves a pretty good fight. Like in this area. Corey McKenna, that's not bad. I don't hate that. I know I did say rankings, but maybe that's shooting a little too high. The only one in the rankings she could fight is probably Michelle Watterson, and I don't think they're gonna do that, so I like that Corey McKenna fight. Would be a good fight. Corey's not fought since late last year. They could book that for any card, really, maybe for the Jalin Almeida card. And I think that'd be a very entertaining fight. Gomes, another battle of prospects, both 8-2, even better. So yeah, I'll speak English eventually. I like that idea. Unless there's someone better that I'm not seeing, but I really don't. I saw someone say Sam Hughes. Why the fuck would you fight down? You just be, yeah, if she were to fight Sam Hughes or fucking Diana Belbita after that, that'd be fucking stupid. Just be Yazmin Jalin as a plus 380 underdog or some shit. Why the fuck would you fight down? Yeah, Corey McKenna's fighting down, but it's not that big of a fight down. And at least it makes fucking sense. Shit. Fighting fucking some garbage can like Sam Hughes makes no goddamn sense in the slightest. So, yeah, that's what I think. And for Yazmin Jalin, you got options. Jessica Panay's always there. Jillian Robertson's coming off a loss. Elise Reed's coming off a win. Diana Belbita. A bunch of people. I would say I wouldn't mind seeing her in there with Elise Reed. I think that'd be fine for her. She gets it back on track, gets a nice win, and that'll be that. So yeah, we'll go Elise Reed. That'd be fine for Yazmin Jalin. So yeah, not much more to say about this fight. Amazing performance by Denise Gomes, and definitely a name to learn and remember now. Because you're going to hear that name a lot, I feel, over the next couple years. So yeah, not very much more to say besides who should they fight next. I like Denise Gomes versus Corey McKenna. I like Yazmin Jalin versus Elise Reed. Corey and Denise battle over really young strawweights. And Yazmin gets back on track against Elise Reed. Very good fight for the 20 seconds it lasted. After that, we head to flyweight for a fight that I really got little to say because it was a very lame fight, to be honest. As we have Tatsuro Taira versus Edgar Cháirez. Yeah, not much to say. Tatsuro just pretty much beat him up. Yeah, he got dropped in the first, and yeah, he almost got subbed late. But overall, Tatsuro just was better, and the kid is still, I think, gonna be a problem in the division. He's still green in some areas, but overall he's really good. And plus he had like no time to train for Edgar. Like Cháirez, this fight got booked last week or some shit. So I'll give him benefit of the doubt to an extent. So yeah. Who should he fight? Who should they fight next? For Tatsuro. Shit. Really, I'd love to give him a ranking fight, but I don't like any ideas here. So, how about... Al Nascimento would be a very entertaining fight. I think that fight would be fucking great. Yeah, let's do that fight. Al Nascimento and Tatsuro Taira. That just screams a very entertaining fight. Two great grapplers with decent striking. Let's do that. That'd be a very entertaining fight. So yeah, let's do it. And then for Edgar Cháirez, I don't care. do I really think I give a fuck? Oh yeah, not much to say. Not actually Tatsuro's worst performance in the UFC so far, but everyone has a bad performance, and Cháirez is a dog, so not much to say. Who should Taira fight next? I like him versus Alan Nascimento. Great fight, would be a great grappling match, and someone would get a huge win, hopefully a ranking. So yeah, not much to say. Great performance by Tatsuro, Taira. And now we head into the featured prelim. Wow. Just wow. Ruthless Robbie Lawler's last dance. He goes out on the win versus Niko Price in Robbie Lawler fashion. You love to see it. Well deserved. Amazing knockout for a legend. You don't see him go out on wins often, but the legend goes out on a win. So I'm very, 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 very happy for Robbie Lawler. He deserves it. Like legends deserve to go out on wins. It sucks that so many don't. But Robbie Lawler does, in Robbie Lawler fashion, flatlining Niko Price in 39 seconds. Yep. Just amazing. The post-fight interview shown, the promo package. Just amazing. Amazing way to end the prelims and just set the stage for an amazing main card. Ruthless, man. Robbie's gonna Robbie. I'll talk about Niko Price for a second because I'm gonna talk about Robbie a little bit, but talk about Niko real quick. The dude really fell off, and yeah, everyone's just going for, like, I'm happy he did lose because it was to Robbie in his last fight, but this should have been a fight Niko won. Robbie's not looked good as of late, and this should have been a fight Niko was able to win, but Robbie just landed that bomb and sent him out. Hopefully Niko get back on track. I like Niko. I don't know who doesn't. Dude just puts on fun fights, but he really needs to get back on track for his next fight because another loss and he might be packing his bags to a different promotion. So I'll talk about who he could get back on track with in a second. And for Ruthless, not much to say. Thank you, Robbie Lawler. One of the a fucking guy who just had banger after banger. Never had a boring fight really. Just wanted to fight, quiet, kept his head down. Did not talk shit, didn't need to talk shit, just fought, went in there and put on so many memories. Just to go through his UFC career. You had fucking, in his first run, you had some great knockouts. You had a Nick Diaz fight, even a loss, it's memorable. He had great moments in Strikeforce. He comes back to the UFC. Knocks out Koscheck. Loses to Johnny Hendricks, but then comes back, goes on a murderer's path, gets the belt, has one of the greatest fights ever, has another Hall of Fame fight with Condit, loses to Woodley, and that's where everything went off the deep end, but he still put on great fights. Askren, amazing fight. The Nick rematch was entertaining and silly. Moreno was an insanely fun fight. And go out on a great fight for as long as it was with Niko Price. Just a Robbie Lawler way, man. A legend through and through. And we could spend all day talking about his accomplishments, his highlights, the memories, but he goes out 15-10 in the UFC, and at least he goes out on a knockout win, as he deserves, because he is ruthless. Robbie Lawler lives up to the nickname. He went in there, fought, and that was Robbie. Thank you, Robbie Lawler. And shout out Niko Price, who he should get back on track with, because of course Lawler's retired, he's not going to fight again. Who could Niko fight? There's probably some good options. Brian Battle would be entertaining. Matt Brown would be entertaining. I like that Matt Brown idea. I forget who I said Matt Brown should fight, but I like the idea of him and fucking Niko Price. Niko would give Matt Brown a fun fight. Buckley would be entertaining, but fuck Buckley. Fialu, you get back on track with. Court McGee. I like that Matt Brown fight. Niko Price just fights all the vets. Fucking Alex Oliveira, Cowboy, fucking Tim Means, Robbie Lawler. He's just gonna fight all of them. And Matt Brown has not fought him yet, so let's do that. So, now I'm gonna just say, Niko Price should fight Matt Brown, it'd be a great fight, and for Robbie, all you can say is thank you, Lawler. Amazing prelims through and through, one bad fight, and it really set the stage for an amazing main card, which this was. Like, you could really not sit down and watch this fucking pay-per-view, because it was just that good. But to end the prelims, just an amazing prelims. But now we go into the main card, where it does not slow down. As we begin with Bo Nickal. Yeah, predictable as shit. And, I'm not gonna waste your time. Who should Bo Nickal fight next? Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about his opponent. Dude literally showed up to just lose. But who should Bo Nickal fight next? This dude's gonna be a future champion. I don't care what any of y'all say. You can't out-wrestle him. You're not gonna outstrike him. You're fucked. You can't throw a kick against him. You're going to the ground. You can't strike with him. You're gonna get taken down. He can strike. He's gonna knock you out. Dude's just a fucking problem through and through, and I think people are gonna learn real quick. Yeah, he's beaten 2 cans. But dude, when he fights a legit fighter, dude, it's over. It's fucking over. Like, it's completely over. Who should Bo Nickal fight next? Rodolfo Vieira would be fucking amazing to watch. I would love to watch that, because GM3 and Petrovsky are booked against each other. So, Rodolfo Vieira. Vieira will be able to test Bo on the ground, and I think Bo's gonna pass that shit with flying colors. So, I would love to see Bo Nickal versus Rodolfo Vieira. I think that screams an entertaining fight on the ground. It'd be so interesting to watch, so let's get that fight booked. Bo Nickal, Rodolfo Vieira, do it. Bono's champion 2024. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. After that, we head to a fight that was insane, as we got Dan Hooker versus Jalin Turner. What a fight. Very good fight. Round 1, Turner picked Hooker apart, but then round 2 and 3, Hooker dug down deep, got that dog in him, and brought it to Turner, and he broke Turner, and he won. Very entertaining fight. I really can't sum up this fight in words. It was just very good. Definitely go watch it if you missed it. And yeah, Hooker, not the most talented fighter by any means, but he got that dog in him. He really got that dog in him. Talk about Hooker first. Yeah, like I said, he got that dog. Far from a talented, he's not even a good fighter, I don't say. I think Dan Hooker kind of sucks as a fighter. Like I said, he loses to a lot of guys. But he got that dog, and that dog just got him a win over Jalin Turner. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Hooker, I don't think. I think this run is gonna end pretty quickly. His next fight, because he's gonna fight someone very interesting. But I'll talk about that in a second. To talk about his opponent, Jalin Turner. Jalen's in a weird position now. He was the hot shit in the division, 5 wins in a row. Then he loses to Gamrot, even though that was a super close fight he could have won. Now he loses to Dan Hooker, which is not a good look. Now he goes down. And who does he fight? Under him, Moicano, I don't love that idea. Demir is probably retired. Frivola. he already fought and lost to. Turner really needs to get a big. He really needs to win his next fight, because another loss would be devastating. Could really, really fucking hurt him, and I think he should fight out the rankings for this one. Because the 3 dudes under him, I really don't love the idea of him fighting them, so he really needs to fight out of the rankings. Who I'll talk about in a second, but I think it could be a very interesting fight, whoever he does fight. So, yeah, very good fight. And who should they fight next? Dan Hooker's gonna fight Grant Dawson. It's pretty much been confirmed that Grant Dawson was gonna fight the winner, and it makes sense. So, and Hooker's gonna get destroyed. And then, for Jalen Turner, who could he fight next? Diego Ferreira is always an option. Benoit's always an option. I like the Diego Ferreira fight, even if it does not make the most sense in the world. Still would be fun. I guess Thiago Moises is right there, but I know Moises is trying to get a fight, I think in August, so that's not gonna happen. Dober's coming off a loss. I'll say Thiago Moises, but I highly doubt they do that fight. But yeah, I don't know. Turner's in a weird spot. I'm interested to see who they do give him, because there's definitely some options, but who? So that's gonna be interesting to see their booking of that. So not really much to say. Great performance by Dan Hooker. Great fight by these two. And who should Dan Hooker fight next? He's gonna fight Grant Dawson. Let's be honest. We already know he's gonna fight Grant Dawson. So, not much more to say. Great fight. But it was not fight of the night. And rightfully so. So, yeah. After that, not gonna waste your time on this. Dricus is gonna fight Izzy. I have nothing to say about this fight, because I don't know what to say. Rob just looked terrible. I don't know if he underestimated Dricus. I don't know if he was hurt, just wasn't there mentally. Something was wrong with Rob, because Rob did not look like Rob. In the first couple minutes of the first he did, but after that, he just looked off. And I'm very interested to see how he bounces back, because this was a terrible performance in a fight he should have won easily. Like, he should have won this fight easily. Dricus is not as good as Robert Whittaker, but not his night. It was just not Rob's night, and hopefully he can get back on track. I hope this ain't fucking I hope this doesn't ruin his chance in the division. So I hope Rob is not washed or anything. I hope he can still go. So yeah. And then to talk about Dricus, yeah, we already know what's gonna happen. He's gonna fight Izzy. Do I actually think Dricus is a bad fighter? I don't know. I don't know what to think about Dricus right now, because yeah, he just beat Rob, but I'm still confused on what the fuck happened. Why did he make Rob look so easy? So, I don't fucking know, to be honest. 1 minute. Amen on this statement. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to think about Dricus. I'll tell you right now, I hope he destroys Izzy. I'm so tired of Izzy. I don't want to see Izzy fight anymore. He's annoying as fuck. He's not likable. Go away. I hope Dricus ends this motherfucker. So, and at least we're getting in that title fight. Maybe it's fun. I'm not holding my breath. So, and Robert Whittaker's gonna fight Sean Strickland. Nothing else makes sense. Like, doing any other fight's stupid. Who could Whittaker fight? Already beat. Well, not gonna fight. You gotta do Strickland and Whittaker. There's no other option. Strickland should be the backup. Well, no, actually, he shouldn't be. Strickland's gonna just fight Whittaker. Probably, maybe a fight night main event. December, January. There's not very much to say. Like, these, like, no matter, the fights were already booked for these two, win or lose. The loser was gonna fight Strickland, the winner was gonna fight Izzy. Dricus is the winner, he's gonna fight Izzy. Rob is the loser, he's gonna fight Sean Strickland. So, really not much more to say besides, really, I don't really know what to say about this fight. Besides, what happened to Whitaker. After that, I'm not gonna say much about this fight, just watch it. I cannot do this fight any bit justice. Fight of the night, fight of the year contender. What a fight. Amazing fight, 25 minutes of just MMA. Like, Hooker Turner was a fight, this was MMA. Like, and you could score this any way you fucking want. I don't see a word, like, I think 49-46 is a little fucking insane, but 48-47, either way, I think is fine. I scored it for Pantoja. I gave Pantoja 1, 4, and 5. I gave Moreno 2 and 3. But you could score this fight in many ways, and I don't think you're really wrong. Like, round 1 was clear for Pantoja. I think round 5 was clear for Pantoja. I don't know. Like, round 1 was the most clear round. 2 through 5 could go either way. Amazing fight. Both guys showed heart. Moreno, we know, is a fucking dog. Pantoja, we know now is a dog. But I will say this, does anyone care about Pantoja being a champion? Because he's not going to fight Brandon again. He's going to fight Royval. So, and does that really scream something you're interested in? Like, I love Brandon Royval. I hope he beats Pantoja. He's not gonna. But does Brandon Royval versus Alexandre Pantoja scream a big title fight? I don't think it does. But who knows? I would be a good co-main to something. Maybe, I don't fucking know. Something, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that would be a really entertaining fight. Actually, why am I doing it this way? I'll just pull up this. I think it would be a really fun rematch for the belt. The rematch from fight that only happened a couple years ago, in 2021. So yeah, this is the next. You can't do Moreno Pantoja 4. Pantoja has beat him 3 times now. It's over. Moreno has to earn another title shot, another crack at Pantoja, and I really don't know if he's gonna. I'll talk about that in a minute, but overall for Pantoja, congratulations, new champion, and he's gonna fight Brandon Royval for the belt, and it should be very fun. I don't know who else he could fight. He's not gonna fight Amir Albasi. Figgy's going to 25 to fight, or 35 to fight Dominic Cruz. He's not gonna fight Moreno again. Kai is coming off a loss. So, unless it's Albasi, but honestly, Moreno's probably gonna fight Amir. So, yeah, not really much more to say about Pantoja, and to talk about Brandon Moreno. Where does he go from here? Because let's say Pantoja beats Royval, and let's say Moreno beats Albasi, because that's probably what the fight's gonna be for Moreno next. He's not gonna fight Pantoja a 4th time being down 3-0. It's almost as stupid as Izzy fighting Pereira again, and again, and again, till Izzy wins, because that's what happened. Like, it's kind of... Like, I love Brandon Moreno, who doesn't? But he should not fight for the belt again if it's against Alexandre Pantoja. Obviously, if Pantoja loses to Royval and Moreno beats Amir, yes, you book Amir, Royval and Moreno for the belt. But if that doesn't happen, Moreno's kind of fucked, because let's say he beats Amir, and then what? He just waits for someone else? Is he just gonna become a gatekeeper? Let's say Pantoja goes on a long reign. Is Moreno just gonna be a gatekeeper? Is he gonna move up to 135? Like, I'm a little confused what's gonna happen with Moreno. So I hope Moreno can get back on track. And it's gonna be weird seeing him in a non-title fight, but I'm definitely interested to see what's gonna happen. So, I think him and Albazi will be a super, super fun fight. So, let's do it. Not really much more I can say about this fight. Go watch it. Fight of the year contender. Maybe the fight of the year. And who should they or who will they fight next? Pantoja is going to defend the belt against Brandon Royval. And Brandon Moreno should fight Amir Albazi. Like, only thing that makes sense. So, not much more to say besides amazing fight. Over-delivered. I did not think much of this fight. I thought Moreno would just pretty much piece him up for 25 minutes, but God, I'm sorry for disrespecting Pantoja. He is really good. And respect to both guys. Amazing fight. And now for the main event of the evening. Not gonna waste much time. Volk completely destroyed Yair, as he should have and did. So, what's next for Volk? He has two options pretty much. Either Ilia Topuria or the winner of Charles Islam. The bad thing about Charles Islam, that's probably not going to happen till December and January. So, I think it'd be cool. I think in a perfect world, you do Volk and Ilya as a co-main in December to Charles Islam 2. If Volk wins, he fights the winner of Islam and Charles. And you go from there. Like, I know a lot of people say the Sterling can go up and fight him. No one cares about that. No one, like, Volk ain't gonna waste his time with that clown. It's Ilya or lightweight title. And it's very interesting I'm very intrigued to see what they're gonna do, because unless I'm missing something, I don't know what else you could do. Like, even though I don't think Ilya should get a top shot, he should fight Max. You kind of are out of luck with Islam Charles not happening till if Islam Charles is happening in October, then you could easily have Volk fight the winner of UFC 300 or some shit. But since that ain't happening, it's most likely he's gonna fight Ilia Topuria, and that's gonna be a great fight. I can't fucking wait for that fight. It's gonna be entertaining as shit. But I don't know. After Volk beats Yair, what the fuck does 145 even have left? Dude, what? Is fucking Giga gonna come back ever? Evil-Yev? Like, they're kind of screwed. So, oh, and I'll say this now, Volk's the best fighter in the world. Hands down. Pound for pound #1. And fuck it, he is the greatest 145er ever. He is. He's a first bout Hall of Famer, and at this rate, let's say, I'll tell you right now, if he beats Ilia Topuria and then takes the belt at 155, he could easily be a top 5 fighter ever at that point. And let's say then he defends it against Dustin Poirier or Justin Gaethje. Holy fuck. This dude is unbelievable. Like, it's 2-3 more wins and Volk's the greatest fighter ever. Like, he's getting there, man. He's probably top 10 now. You think about calling him the greatest 45 ever, that means he passes Jose Aldo? Yeah, he might be a top 10 fighter now. He's not 10, 9, or 8, probably. So, it's very interesting. Like, I'll be honest, I discredited Volk a lot for a while. I did not think much of Volk. Like, my first time I seeing him was the Aldo fight, casual. And I was like, okay, whatever, he beat up an old Aldo. Then he beats Max the first time, it's like, okay. Then he beats Max the second time, I really did not care. Ortega, amazing fight. This fight is when Volk earned my respect. I was like, okay, this dude's legit. Zombie, that meant nothing. 30 or 50-45ing Max the third time was like, okay, this shit is legit now. Then beating Islam, he beat Islam, fuck all of you. It was like, okay, this dude's legit. The best fighter in the world. And then destroying Yair like he did. Wow. By the way, I still know what people were talking about trying to build Yair up as this guy who could win. you were relying, if you were picking Yair, you were relying on Yair to get a lucky KO or submission, which was never gonna happen. A lucky KO on Alexander Volkanovski. You're fucking insane. Respect, but you're fucking insane. That was never happening. Yair ain't gonna Leon Volk, man. It's never happening. And plus, Yair looked defeated. Like, I watching Buffer introduce Yair, Yair looked the moment got to him. He looked worried, he looked fucking scared. He looked like he was overthinking, still a better performance than Irene Aldana's, but it's not a good night for the Mexicans. Moreno loses the boat, Yair gets destroyed. Like, they only got one Mexican champion left, and that's Grasso. And let's be honest, is she gonna beat Val again? Probably not. So, very bad night for them. And to talk about Yair a little more, Yair is a great fighter. Like, there's no questioning Yair is an amazing fighter. But, he's not Volk's level. No one is. He had no chance. And by the way, he got a title shot off a shoulder injury and beating Josh Emmett. Like, Yair's a little bit, he's overranked, which, what I mean by that is he should not be this highly ranked. This should be a no contest. Josh Emmett ain't very good. And then before that, Jeremy Stevens, really? This was cool. Respect for that. Really? Dude, I think he was the fucking, oh no, he went to a split decision of Alex Caceres in the main event. Feeling hookers, those are fine. That kid, Yair has a talent, I think he's hit his ceiling. He's just gonna be a very entertaining fighter around this top 10 range for a while. So, I think Yair is very talented, but he had nothing for Volk. Dude, Volk's stronger and threw him around. On the feet, Volk's just better. So, I really don't know what to say anymore. Volk's just the best fighter in the world, hands down, no debate. If Volk ain't moved to number 1, he should still be number 1. He should have never not been number 1. Let alone Jones gonna retire after the Stipe fight, so it's fucking stupid that Volk ain't number 1. Extreme disrespect by the UFC. This man right here is one of the greatest fighters we'll ever see. We're literally watching greatness in front of us. So, nothing more to say. So, enough rambling on. Who should they fight next? Volk, I guess Ilya? Or Charles Islam? Ilya, Charles, or Islam, I'll say. And then for Yair, he should fight Calvin Kattar. Let's see, already fought Max, already fought Allen's probably gonna fight Ortega. No. Yeah, Calvin Kattar makes sense. I'm down with that. Because either Calvin or Giga, but I think Giga would be stupid. So, yeah, let's go Calvin Kattar. Kattar come back after injury, probably later this year. Be fun. And besides that, you got unless Allen doesn't fight Ortega, but why the fuck would he not fight Ortega? So, yeah, Yair and Calvin Kattar, do it. And that fight would be amazing, by the way. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, not really much more to say on that. And not much more to say about this amazing card. Like, we saw tonight, we saw 4 KOs under 40 seconds. Cameron Saaiman had another great performance. Denise Gomes ended Yazmin Hallgreet's hype. Robbie Lawler went out on a win. Nickal somehow looked even better. Hooker and Turner went to war. Dricus, I don't even know what to say. Pantoja and Moreno had one of the best flyweight fights ever. It may be even the best flyweight fight ever. And Volk just stamped his fucking number 1 fighter in the world spot. And number 1 145er ever spot. So, yeah, that's the card, man. Amazing card. On picks, I went 9 of 13. No perfects, 465. Terrible night, perfect-wise. I only got 4 wrong, but, like, when a card's so good, I don't care. I could care less how many I got wrong, and they weren't bad picks. Are you telling me these were bad picks? No. Actually, the one bad pick I had, I got right, so what the fuck. The bonuses, I have a little bit to say here. Fight of the Night, Moreno and Pantoja, of course. Performances to Dricus and Denise Gomes. I agree those two should have got one, but Jesus Aguilar should have got one. Robbie Lawler should have got Denise. At bare minimum, Jesus Aguilar and Robbie Lawler should have got one. You could also give one to Nickal, and you could also give one to Volk. I would at bare minimum give 2 more to Jesus and Robbie Lawler. Bare minimum, Robbie Lawler should have got one. Going out on, I know he doesn't need the money, dude's a fucking legend. But come on, he should have got one more bonus on to head out, but whatever, UFC is cheap as fuck. But yeah, not much more to say. Amazing card. If I was telling, if you missed it, what should you rewatch? Everything besides Petrino, Prachnio, and skip round 1 of Ribovics and Kirk. Besides that, rewatch everything. It was an amazing night of fights. Maybe the best international fight week I've ever watched live, and I've watched the last couple. This might take the cake, and easily card of the year. By the way, imagine if Jones Stipe was on top of this card. Dude, this would be card of the fucking century. So, not much more to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me what you thought of the card. Tell me how you did on picks. Tell me whatever. I hope you enjoyed the video, the card, everything. You'll hear from me Friday, 1 PM EST for a breakdown of UFC Vegas 77, Home, and Moreno Silva. I don't care about that as much as you don't. And a recap of that same card, Sunday, 1 PM EST. And, if, maybe, how bad that card is on paper, if it under-delivers, it might be Monday, 10 AM. So, breakdown, or recap-wise, so keep that in mind. Either way, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, sub, 100 subs goal by the end of the year. And as always, RX out. Thank you, Robbie Lawler.